Konnichiwa everyone, it's Dan from JaDan.co.uk. Today I'm talking about getting a driver's license in Japan. So cheers for finding me a live stream. I appreciate that. So today's live stream, as I said, it's all about getting a driver's license in Japan. And when you get one, it looks a bit like this. Look at this mugshot, terrible. But I've got a license to drive an automobile. And I got this today, so I'm pretty stoked. And hi Eddie-chan. So yeah, I used to have one that looked like this pink thing, this from England. And now I've got one that looks like this white one from Japan. And today's a little story about how that happened. So, a little bit of background. Been in Japan 2 years, if you didn't know already. Been driving since I was 18 in England, so I've had a driver's license for about 14 years, something like that. And it's finally come time to get a license in Japan. And it's been a bit of an adventure today, to be honest with you. This adventure all started 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I took my English license, this one, and found out I could convert it to a Japanese one, this one. In order to do that, first I had to send off this pink one to what they call JAF, which is the Japanese Automotive Federation or something like that. To get it translated, you kind of have to get it officially translated by JAF. You can't just be like, this is what it says. You need to send it off and get it done. You can go to a JAF office if there's one nearby. I don't know where there's one nearby. Or you can do it by post, which is what I did. Eddie-chan, her boss, was awesome and helped me do this step. She found out all the paperwork and what I needed to do. And basically what it entailed was sending off a copy of my Zario card, my Gaijin card, my residence card, a copy of that. I also had to send the driving license, the actual driving license, an application form, which weren't that difficult, just like name, address and stuff like that. And it had to be sent in a special envelope. Because in Japan they've got these special envelopes, I can't remember what they're called, but you can use them to send money, and it's pretty like secure. So I had to use a special envelope to send 3,000 yen in cash, plus, so I had to send 3,000 yen in cash, plus I had to send 500 yen stamp for a return. And yeah, basically 3,500 yen, and sending off some documents and my pink driving license got me it translated. It took about 2 weeks for translation to come through. And once I'd got that translation through, that were when fun and games started today. So I got the translation yesterday, which were alright, right? That were a thing. And then today, I decided, alright, let's go and do this. I got no idea what I was doing. I'll be like straight up. I had no idea what I'm doing. I'll just rock up. I hope somebody speaks English. If not, I'll just try and blag it and see what's going on. I don't know what I need to do. I don't know what documents I need. Just going to take everything and hope for best. Carlos, I'm in the process of getting my driver's license here in Tokyo. Hopefully it's as easy as this ended up being. Just keep watching, I'll explain. So, gets up this morning, went to the train station. I thought, I don't really know where I'm going, just going to get a taxi. So I jumped in a taxi, like Unten Menkyo Sho Center, which is like driving license center. So yeah, I got in a taxi, went to driving license center in Akashi, which is the branch for Hyogo where I live. Safe. Turns out, there's 2 driving license centers in Akashi, and of course I went to wrong one. Of course I did. So I went to renewal center. I don't know these things. But luckily enough, other one's not far away. It's only about 2 or 3 minute walk, so it weren't a disaster. It could have been a lot worse. So, walked around, eventually found right place and walked in. I'm only white person there, like I'm only Gaijin. There's a bunch of young kids that are probably getting their first license and me. So I'm like, oh, here we go. This is going to be a laugh. So I had to go to room 7. Alright, found room 7. Chilling outside, took a number, got a little token. I was number 4 coincidentally. And so I had to wait. And applications in Akashi you can only do between 9:30 AM and 10:30 AM. Alright, cool. I'm glad I got here early then. So I was there, 9:30, token in hand, waiting. About 10:15 I got seen, which weren't bad, 45-minute wait. I can deal with that. So yeah, I went in with my little folder, said to the guy, I don't understand no, mate, like, so that was good. But he was a cool guy, like, the dude who helping me was cool, like, my folder from my documents, it's like a Star Wars folder that Eddie Chan got me for Christmas, I think. And he was buzzing, he's like, oh, you like Star Wars? I'm like, yes, boy, let's go. Um, so, getting my license, I also took my Zario card, my Gaijin residence card. I took my passport. I took the translation documents that I got from JAF. And I think that's all I got. I gave him all my documents and said to him, I don't really understand what's going on. I don't know what I need to do. And then apparently from 2012, there's this new thing where you need to produce like a certificate of country of residence or something. I can't remember what it's called. Ah, Jun something Hyo. Anyway, I didn't have this document. And apparently this is a document you can get from your city hall that proves your country of residence before you come to Japan. And so there's some stuff going on here. Like, you've got to have had your original license for more than 3 months before you can change it. And like, depending on which country it's issued in, like, the rules are a bit different. So, but for me, everything were above board. He were cool. He helped me fill out all documents because he's like, yeah, you're fully Gaijin, you're not gonna get this. And he spoke odd word of English, and we managed to get through it pretty quick. And then he's like, yo, you got this other certificate thing? I'm like, no, what you on about? This is when fun started. So he whips out this little map and he's like, you need to go to this other building. It's about 1.5 kilometers away. And you need to get this Jun something something your certificate, this certificate of residence or whatever it is. Alright, cool. So, all good at that. So I went outside, jumped in a taxi, get it map, went, I want to go here. So I went to wherever it was, some municipal building somewhere. About 5-10 minutes by taxi, about 1,000 yen. It weren't so bad. Went there, big building, wandered around for a bit, managed to find what I thought was the right place. And I said to the guy, I'm like, I need this certificate thing. And he's like, alright, here's some paperwork. And I'm filling out all paperwork in Japanese, which isn't easy, like my kanji's not good. Filling it all out. And after about 5 minutes of writing and filling my address out about 5 times, he's like, oh wait, you live in Akashi? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, this is office for Kobe. Like, Akashi's this other place. Cool. So luckily it's in the same building, it weren't hard to find. So then I went to this other place for Akashi and filled out same paperwork again. Paid 300 yen and I got this certificate thing I needed. Safe, I'm getting somewhere now. Back outside, back in a taxi, back to licensing centre. Same guy again. He was like, oh, good, you made it just in time. And he helped me fill out some paperwork. Buzzing, getting somewhere, yes. It turns out because, this is an English license, and in Japan they kind of drive on the same side and rules are basically the same, I don't have to do a practical or a written test, which were awesome. I weren't sure if that were going to be the case, but yeah, there's a whole list of countries that if you're from, you don't really have to take a written or practical test. So that were pretty cool straight off the bat, because I've heard that test is a bitch to pass. So yeah, that were cool. Next, I had to do like an eye test, and they got some like circles with a bit missing, like up, down, left, or right. And it's like bits missing. And they just pop them up at random, like, what's this one? Up, down, left, right, A, start, whatever it is. And yeah, so I did that and a colour test for like lights, and I was joking, like, in Japan, they say a green light is blue. So you got green, yellow, red. When it come up green, I was like, blue! And he was just like, oh, funny you, aren't you? You're a card, you. But yeah, so did that. That took literally a couple of minutes. The easiest thing I've ever done, like, about 5 directions and 2 colours. I've got this, bro, I've got this. Don't you worry, I can manage this. And then he's like, alright, cool. Go and pay some money. So I had to go to this little window, and I paid about, I think it was 4,600 yen in total. 2,050 yen with a picture for my license, and yeah, so 2,050 yen with a license, and another thousand odd for summer. I don't know. I don't question it. I'm just like, tell me how much to pay, and I'll just pay that, whatever. So yeah, I did that, paid money, and then he took me to this little thing. I had to get a barcode. Like, put a number in here and get a barcode. Like, all right, cool. We got a barcode, whatever. He's like, come back to this room at 1 o'clock. Room 6 at 1 o'clock. And so about 12 o'clock at that point. Safe. I can go and get something to eat. So went back. I went back to this big room at 1 o'clock. An hour, like literally only foreigner there, and it were just all young Japanese kids, about 18-year-old getting their first license, and me. About, I don't know, there are probably a good 100 people in this room. Yeah, it was pretty funny. I had a safety lecture in Japanese, of which I understood about 0%. I think maybe I understood bits like don't drink and drive and stuff like that, but generally I was just like, I don't know what's happening here. I'm just looking around at other people like, no, nothing. So that was a good laugh. And just nodding like, yeah, yeah, that's a good plan. That, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's a very important. Oh, that's a thinker. And basically what I was doing, I'm just a sick actor, like. So yeah, that was cool. I did that. After safety lecture, we had to have his pictures taken. And he whips out this board, and on this board there's like numbers, because everyone's got like a reference number. Except for mine, it just said like foreign person. Like, sick. So that's me then, is it? Uh, so yeah, I got my picture took. My picture looks absolutely stupid. I'm gonna cover most of my license up, but I don't know if you can even see that. I can't see. Yeah, look at that. Look at that hairstyle. Ooh, buzzing. So yeah, I had my picture took, and then he's like, nobody told me what to do, so I just stood there. I'm like, all right, I'm just chilling. What do I do next? And he's like, go over there and wait for an announcement. What, an announcement? I don't understand. All right, safe. Let's do that. I had stood in the middle of nowhere, basically, just in the middle of the centre, just like, something's going to happen. And then there was an announcement, and everyone in uniform just like moved and got in line. I was like, what? So I'm like, I'm just going to get back at line and wait till everyone's finished, and then they can deal with my shit when I don't understand what's going on. So, sit back at line, and the next thing, this bloke's like, comes over, he's like, Gaijin-san, Yuito-san, come here. And yeah, basically I went and got in a queue, and they give me a license. Look at it, I can drive. I could drive anyway, but now I can drive in Japan. And I've got to wear like learner plates. Well, essentially I'll learner plates on my car for a while, because apparently I'm new to driving, even though I've been driving nearly 15 years. So yeah, that's the story how I got me Japanese driving license, which is cool. I don't really have a car or anything, but I want to learn to drive in Japan. Learn to drive. I want to drive around in Japan. Recently, like a couple of weeks ago, one of my Japanese friends called me. He's like, "Let's go for a spin. Let's go for a drive. Safe." And then I realised how little of Japan I've seen just using trains. Like, everywhere I've been is near a train station. There's a lot of shit to see that's not near a train station. And I realised that. I'm like, I want to rent a car and drive around. Soon is Eddie Chan's birthday, and yeah, hopefully going to take a trip somewhere, just get a car, drive around, have one of them good times I keep hearing about. So, yeah, basically, that's how I exchange my English license for a Japanese license. It was pretty easy, actually, all things considered. Yeah, Jackie, good point. If you haven't already, check out Critical Eats Japan. He's a wonderful guy, makes awesome content. Carlos, yeah, it's the manual license. This is a manual license in England, so converted basically to the same. So manual you can drive automatic too, it's not a problem, so it's always better that way. This license expires in 2 years in November. So a month after my birthday in 2 years. And this is from Hyogo-ken. So I guess if I'm living somewhere else, I have to get a different one from wherever I'm living. But yeah, so it costs 5,000 yen, basically, plus 3,500 for translation. So overall, about 8,000 yen. 8,000 yen in English is probably about 60 quid or something like that. So not so bad. It was done same day. I got to the license centre at 9:30 a.m. and I was done by 3. It was a bit stressful because I didn't know what was going on and nobody spoke English there. Like if you don't speak Japanese, take somebody with you that speaks Japanese. I had enough Japanese that I could mumble my way through, and people were like, "All right, cool." And when everyone were lining up, and I was just looking baffled. This like older guy who was probably renewing his license. Come over, he's like, "Come with me, come with me." And I said to him in Japanese, I'm like, in that room, I didn't understand a thing. He's like, "You can understand a little Japanese?" I'm like, "Yeah, a little." He's like, "Good. Stand here." Cheers, dude. Cheers, my friend. So yeah, that was overall pretty good experience. Um, in terms of like the steps, I'll just recap. Step one, translate your existing license. It needs to be valid. It can't be like expired. It needs to be valid, and it takes about 2 weeks from JAF. All the information's online. Fill out an application form, send some money in an envelope, and about 2 weeks later, you'll get your translation in the post. When you go into the license center, you're going to need your Zario card, your Gaijin card. You're going to need your driving license, the real one. You can't take a passport, like a photocopy or something. You're also going to need that certificate that I keep forgetting the name of, like the country of residence certificate or something. It shows where you were before you come to Japan. You can get that from like municipal buildings. After this video's gone live, in the description I'll put the name of the actual certificate you need, and you just Google it and it'll tell you how to get it. It was 300 yen for me, and it were pretty straightforward. It was done within 10 minutes, so it weren't hard to get. You're also going to need your passport. He was laughing because my passport's going to expire this year, and he's like, "Let's crack on, son." I'm like, yeah, I know, sorry. So you're going to need all them things, and you're going to need all day, like budget all day. Don't be like, "Oh, I can get this done in the morning." Nah, no way. And if you're not from a country like that's on their list, like England or Australia or something, chances are you're going to also have to do a written and a practical driving test. It's different for each country. I've got no experience about other ways, so I'm sorry I can't help you if you're like American or something. I've heard the test is a bitch to pass, and the written test is apparently quite easy, but you know you're going to need some road signs and stuff like that. So overall, we're good. Do you ever take off your hat? Is it taboo to ask? There you go. Yeah, it's getting a bit long these days. So, I like emo kid. Carlos says the test is a pain, Dan. Yeah, I've heard that. I'm just kind of stoked that I didn't have to do it. So, yeah, good. So, yeah, that concludes my little license story. So, anyway, I've got good 5-10 minutes left. I'll talk a little bit more and then we'll do some questions and something. So, the reason I'm doing the live stream today, you're welcome, Sakura Rain, enjoy that. Is because, once again, I've been too busy with live to have a video ready. I've got a couple of backup videos like edited and ready to go. But this is pressing, like today this happened, I wanted to get it out while I remembered what everything were. I also forgot to film my monthly update video so far. Every month, if you don't know, I do a monthly update video where I talk about what's going on in my life. And I forgot to do that this month. So I'm going to film that probably this week, and that'll be next Monday's video. Next Friday is another 5-minute Friday. 5-minute Friday is where I make a video in 5 minutes, either answering a question from somebody out there about anything, just ask me anything, or I often do like a topic that somebody wants me to cover, or yeah, something like that. So I've done 2 so far, and I've got another 2 filmed, and yeah, basically I'm gonna get some more. So if you have any questions about Japan, comment section, let me know. I'll hopefully make videos about them, because like, to be honest, this 5-minute Friday thing's good for me. I can film a lot in a batch, and it's kind of like quick fire, and it's very concise. Like, I don't have to edit for 3 days to get a video out. But I'm not really getting much in the way of like ideas or questions from people. So please, if you've got any questions about Japan, hit me up. I'll be happy to try and answer them, and at least try and make some kind of entertaining video doing it. So yeah, my accent's interesting, eh? This is not my real accent, I'll be honest. So I'm from Yorkshire in England, and Yorkshire in England has got a pretty fucked up dialect. And when I come to Japan, I still spoke in a full Yorkshire accent and nobody understood me. I'll say that again in Yorkshire. When I come to Japan, nobody understood me. Like, my Yorkshire accent, they got no idea what I wrong with. So after about 2 weeks or something, I had to get it changed because nobody could go to school me when I wrong with. I'm from London, alright. So my brother lives near Heathrow actually. So yeah, I spent a bit of time in London. Actually, last time I went to England, I made a video about London, and I don't know, north-south divide in it. You know what it's like. So yeah, safe. So yeah, that's what's coming up. As I said, soon is Eddie Chan's birthday, so taking a weekend off and we're renting a car and driving somewhere now. I've got a license, so I'm looking forward to that. I don't know where we're going, but we're going somewhere, so that should be pretty cool. What else have I got coming up? No special. I've got like dentists and stuff. I've had toothache for like 2 weeks. So I'm probably gonna have to go to hospital and have my wisdom tooth took out. That'll be a laugh. Got a couple of videos coming up about like drinking Fanta and stuff like that. And yeah, this month is no special. Like other than what I've already mentioned. Like on top of that, there's not a lot going on. But the month after is gonna be crazy. So that's when I'm moving to Osaka with Eddie Chan. So my life's gonna change a lot. One way or another, it's gonna change a lot. So I'm moving out, probably gonna have to look for another job. I don't really know. And new location, new start with Eddie Chan. It's gonna be awesome. I'm really looking forward to it. And of course, I'll try and document the whole thing, like moving house and Eddie Chan says I'm not allowed to make a new room tour until she's had time to decorate a bit. So that'll be a bit off, but I'll do it MTV Crib style like I did this one. I'll be like, 'cause that was funny. I like that video. Out of all the videos I've made, the MTV Cribs parody and my one bedroom apartment in Japan, probably my favourite. It weren't well filmed and edited, but I think that video was funny. So, you know, that should be pretty cool. Anyway, I've got a good couple of minutes left. If you are watching, all 10 of you, feel free to send me a question or a comment. Let's talk for a minute. How's your day going? You having a fun day? I don't know. I don't know what time is it in England? Like what, midday? Something like that? 1 o'clock? I don't know. I do not know. The time difference is 8 hours at the minute, isn't it? And it's like 20 past 9, so what? 20 past 1. What about America? Is anyone watching from America? Yeah, 1:23. Woo, 1, 2, 3. So what about time in America then? It's like, what, 6 hours behind? So, well, that's early doors. No American's going to be watching this at a minute. Another thing that recently I've been thinking about is I want to start a new video series. Time permitting. 9:23 here in Tokyo. Cheers, Carlos. Cheers for that, dude. Nice. I want to start a new set of videos about Japanese, like Japanese language. So, those of you that don't know, I've been here 2 years. I can speak a bit of Japanese, but I didn't really learn from textbooks. I just kind of talk to people and wing it and just learn from people around me. So my Japanese is a bit weird. I know some pretty complicated stuff, and I don't know some really basic stuff. So idea of this video series is I'm gonna literally go back, start from scratch, like day one, Ohayo gozaimasu, this kind of stuff, and like study together, like maybe make a video and literally go through like a grammar point and make a video about a grammar point and study together. Then every month do like a live stream practice or something like that. I mean, like I'm thinking like it's all kind of happening in my head. But like a learn Japanese with me style video series is what I'm planning. So if you've got any interest in that, or you've got any kind of like, oh, it'd be cool if you did it this way, or like what kind of things you want to see, of course, comment section, let me know. In terms of how I learned Japanese, some like textbook, I do take lessons once a week. Basically, I take a Japanese lesson at a local like volunteer thing, and some cool old dude is like Hashimoto Sensei. He's like retired. He's got no to do. He just comes and hangs out and helps me learning Japanese for a couple of hours a week. He's not really a teacher, so I'm not. I'm basically learning myself, and he's there to be like, yo, it's like this, and helping me practice. So that's cool. But I'm not learning a whole lot that way. When I first got here, I just kind of went, okay, these are the phrases I need to get through today, and I learned them phrases, and then just spoke as much as I could to everyone. I'd like learn a new phrase, and then go to a bar and say that phrase to everyone. And then when they replied, I kind of knew what to reply, so then I'd say that to everyone too. And slowly but surely kind of built up. The only problem is I live in Kansai, and Kansai Ben is very popular, so I didn't know Kansai Ben weren't standard Hyojungo Japanese. So when I left Kansai to go to other places and I was speaking Japanese, they were like, what are you doing? I was speaking like colloquial Kansai Ben. Would you ever do a collab with like Chris Abroad? Chris Abroad's never gonna do a video with me. If he did, I'd jump at chance. Of course I would. I love Chris. I think he's funny. I just watched Natsuki the movie this week. I think our awesome video. Thought it was really, really well done. And I watched Chris when I was still in England and like thinking about maybe going to Japan. So yeah, of course I would. I'd like to collaborate, but I'm also a bit wary. I like, what do they call it? Like the community, like the J vlogging community. Cause like there's always a bit of drama kicking about, and I've got no part of it, to be honest with you. I just like making my little videos, basically for me. Like I make these videos for me and anyone else that wants to watch. So as much as I'd love to do that kind of collaboration side of things, and I've done a few bits and bobs in the past. I was on like 2.5 Oyajis with Victor and Hiko Simon, and done a couple of collaborations and bits and bobs. It's not like me driving goal. Like if it happens, cool. If it don't, yeah, you know, what can you do? That's life. So yeah. Anyway, I've got basically a couple of minutes, so it's just done with this cool. Yeah, just me with my stupidly long hair. Like often these days, it's getting a bit warm, so I'm gonna cut it soon. But wearing the weird top knot, you know, the mullet of our generation, as people call it. There you go. So sometimes wear it like that too. What I'm gonna do actually, I've got a few minutes to spare. I'm gonna do a few shout outs to people. Oh yo, yes, thank you very much. I hope you're on board with the Japanese learning. That'd be cool. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna get some shout outs to like other channels and content creators and stuff that are in Japan that have either helped me a lot or I really respect, and I think you should check them out. Recently, Critical Eats Japan, who for the second time in my YouTube career has given me a shout out on his channel. The reason this channel got going at all is I was doing a giveaway for like Japanese candy back when I got to 100 subscribers, I think it were. It were pretty early doors. And he gave me a shout out on his channel, and my subscribers went and like quite a few of you that watch these videos have come from Critical Eats in first place. And anyway, recently he just made another video like Critical recommends, and he gave me a big shout out on his channel. And I was just on train home, and I seen that video. I was like, yo, that's sick. Look at this eye, it looks a bit weird. I was like, that's sick, and he's the nicest guy. Actually, recently I bought him some snacks from Kansai that I'm in the process of sending him. I say in the process, they're over there. I just need to go post office. And hopefully he's going to make a video about that. Lubo, yo, how old are you? He said, been driving 15 years. I'm 33, 34 this year. Any chance for you to meet Paul at a concert or so? Not yet, but when I do go up to Tokyo, meeting Paul from Critical Eats and Guy Gillionaire and Higgins in Japan and a few others is super high on my list because those guys have been really awesome with me. So, yo, Alexi in the house. Speaking of collaborations, Alexi himself was my first ever collaboration in Japan. Oh, Critical Eats in the house too. Nice. So yeah, Paul, by the way, I've got some snacks here. They're going to be in post at some point this week. I was holding on to them to try and get hold of something else, and I've not been able to get it, so I'm just going to send it anyway. Yeah, Alexi was my first ever collaboration in Japan. He lived in Kobe for a year, and he was doing the YouTube thing. And we just randomly found each other's channels. We went and hung out in Osaka, stayed overnight in like a retro video games bar and made a video about that. and we went bowling, and basically he's an awesome dude. He's got an amazing channel. So also, even if you can go back and check his stuff when you're in Japan, but this is not just about Japan. He makes awesome content about learning Finnish and Finland in general. And yeah, go and join his channel and become fantastic, as he would say. And Podkele, I still can't say it, but I'm trying. So yeah, that's critically Alexei himself. Next up, I recently started listening to some podcasts. I don't usually listen to podcasts, but there's a really good one in Tokyo called Tokyo Explosion. And Tokyo Explosion is kind of like a weekly podcast just talking about whatever they want in Japan. And they're really funny guys. It's really entertaining podcast. They can talk about anything. One of Recently they gave me a shout in an episode, and in that episode they were talking about doing laundry, and I were entertained by listening to people talking about doing laundry. So yeah, if you can entertain me talking about doing your towels, that's sick. Oh, Lubo, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm always baffled when people do the super chat thing, but thank you very much. Arigatou gozaimasu. You don't really like to ride a military helicopter? Yeah, of course I would. Like, why wouldn't I? Go and buy a can of coffee. I'm going to do that afterwards. I'm going to go and treat myself to a cup of coffee. Cheers, Lubo, mate. Thanks, I appreciate that. And cheers as well for recently commenting on videos and, following and stuff. I see you. I see you. Don't worry. Cool. Let me think. What were I talking? Military grade helicopter. Like, yeah, sure, but how or why? Okay, cool. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Back to content. Stuff that's not related to Japan at all. My friends back in England. If you're in Osaka, I could definitely arrange something. Carlos, I am basically in Osaka, so I could quite easily do that. Senpai noticed me. Um, Carlos, drop me a DM. Let's talk. I'm intrigued now. You've got me attention. Anyway, back to podcasts. Of course, there's the Just Japan podcast, by the way, which is from Kev, who did justjapanstuff.com. Wonderful person. I'm going to be at his meetup in Kobe. He's doing a meetup in Kobe on the 22nd of July or June. I'm not sure what date. And at the Harbour Tavern in Kobe, I'm going to be there. He's a wonderful guy, great dude, makes awesome content, been doing it for years. Much respect for Kev. Anyway, back to my friends back home in England, who I used to work with. Very, very funny people. I'm going to take this off because doing edit. Very, very funny people. And they make a movie podcast about like shit films called Spoiled Milk Movie Podcast. And it's funny. Like, I don't know if it's funny to me because I know him, but it's entertaining. I'm not a film person. I don't really watch films. And I think I've seen one at films they ever talked about in the podcast, but I've heard them all. And it don't matter if I've seen film. It's an entertaining listen, and I highly, highly recommend it. Spoiled Milk Movie Podcast. If you go, send them a comment, tell them I sent you, they'll love it. They give me a shout out in one of their episodes, because at the beginning of every episode, they do, like, top threes based on some kind of question that people sent in. And I asked them, like, top 3 band cameos in films and stuff like that. Japanese really sick. All right, Carlos, I'll send you a message, my friend. Funny how life works. Yeah, cool. So Spoiled Milk Movie Podcast. On the Twitters, there's a lot of really active, awesome Twitter accounts around me. Cheers, Alexei. Thank you very much. I'll buy myself 2 cups of coffee now. Yeah, Podkele, keep up the good stuff, man. Thanks a lot, Alexei. Thank you very much. And you looked very suave, by the way, in your pictures on Instagram at your cousin's graduation or something. So, yeah, you looked suave, motherfucker. What am I talking about? Every time I'm talking about something, somebody sends me a super chat. I've got no idea what we're talking about. Baffled. Anyway, Twitter. Yeah, I'm talking about Twitter. If you're interested in Japan, so many good Twitter accounts out there, especially like people who are supportive of me. I'm obviously going to give him a shout out. Grey Grizzled and Gaijin deals with a lot of expat issues, so he's at Craig Hoffman 11. You've got at JL and Kev, which is Just Japan Podcast. Awesome. Tokyo Explosion is also on Twitter too. You should follow them. Got like stuff like Being Kansai, which is like a Kansai curation account. Osaka Bob is also pretty cool. and just so many awesome people. I can't like thank everyone. It'll take too long, but yeah, Twitter is awesome. Recently, I'm up in the Instagram game. I'm trying to do the daily stories and stuff like that. So that's kind of cool. I'm also learning a bit of photography on my iPhone. It's not special, but I try to take pics. So on social media, everything for me is JaDan, Dan, all one word, JaDan. So please check me out on any of those. I also do the Patreon thing. So if you're interested in becoming a Patreon, I've got different tiers, and some of you guys are already Patreons. Thank you very much. But there's various tiers. You can even get like Japanese candy and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I just want to thank everyone for watching. Like, it still baffles me that people watch these videos or things like that, and it means a lot to me. So I do get a bit obsessed with YouTube sometimes, like videos and like what am I gonna do next, where am I gonna go, stuff like that, and it's kind of tough. But when I do these little live streams or when I see people's comments and thumbs up on the videos, I'm like, wow, I can't believe it. And every now and then I'll get a comment on like DMs in social media. Oh, I love your channel. I watch all your videos. Thank you. You're very inspiring and stuff. And like, for me, that's crazy. Like, I'm just a simple idiot that happens to sit in front of a camera and talk. I've done nothing special in my life, and people somehow find that entertaining or inspiring or whatever, and that makes my day. Like, it absolutely just, I can't believe it. So overall, I'm very grateful for everyone that gets involved and watches, and like people like Jackie. I watched your live stream and Notting Hill the other day. That was a bit weird, but I was in a back alley near work eating my lunch, watching Notting Hill on your live stream. That was pretty weird, but it was fun. So yeah, thank you very much, everyone. Heartfelt moment that we just had. And keep your eyes peeled for this learning Japanese with JaDan thing. That's going to come soon. I'm planning some stuff, hopefully, very soon. This year, I'm going to go to Tokyo. Like, it's happening. And when I eventually get to Tokyo, Paul from Critical Eats and, Guy Gillionaire. Oh, if you don't know Guy Gillionaire, awesome content creator about, like, retro stuff. GTV, Guy Gillionaire. Check him out. And I also want to meet Higgins in Japan. Higgins in Japan is awesome, dude. I really respect him. I think he's a cool guy. And I'd love to hang out with them guys. So, 皆さん、見てくれてありがとう。じゃあ、楽しんでね。Lugo, Nottingham. Nottingham, oh, I used to live near Worksop, which is like near Sherwood Forest. So yeah, small world. Yeah, Higgins very down to earth guy. Like, he seems cool, and every time I've ever contacted him, he's been safe, and I'd really like to meet him. So, Paul, yeah, I'll send you a message soon about getting this stuff in post. Thanks a lot, everyone, and as always, until next time, Jamata. This never works on live streams. See ya.